guys, welcome to the Homestead. It's another month and another Azure order. It's been a little while for us, but I'd love to show you what we got this month. So if you would like to see what we ordered in our latest Azure haul, come along with us. So it's been a little while since I've done an Azure order for multiple reasons. One, the last one we did, we had stocked up pretty well and we were getting by really well with what we had stocked up. And then we also had some travel things and some illnesses and all that kind of stuff. So the last, I think, 2 months, I really haven't ordered anything on Azure, but we were starting to need some things. So I went ahead and did an Azure order. If you're not familiar with Azure, I'm talking about Azure Standard. Here's their sales flyer that they put in the box. Azure Standard is an online food co-op. They have drops all over the United States where basically to save on shipping, you can sign up for a drop near you, and everyone in your local area who's getting orders, all of our orders will come on one truck on the same day, and we basically split the shipping that way and save quite a bit of money on shipping. So as usual for this Azure order and how all of the Azure orders that I've ever done have worked out is you put in your order and then it tells you when the next drop date is and the time and when your truck is going to be there, and you show up and the truck is there, you help unload the truck, and at least at my drop we all divvy out our orders, so we all put it in order by name, and then you get to know people in your community better, which is a lot of fun. I've gotten to know a lot more people in our area, which is great, and then you go home with your stuff. So this month, this is what I got. One thing with Azure that I will admit is not my favorite is sometimes the stuff that you ordered won't be able to be shipped. Now there's pros and cons to that. The pro is that on Azure Standard you can change your order up until it's on the truck. So if you decide at the last minute that you want to add something or delete something, it's really easy to do that. But on the flip side, sometimes they will have less of something than they thought they did because somebody added it or whatever. So there were a few things on this order that didn't show up because they didn't have it. So I'll make sure to have it on my next order and hopefully it will show up then. But in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. Things that you can do to kind of prevent that sort of problem would be to just not let yourself get as low on stock as I did. For example, one of the things that I ordered was a big, it's like a 13 or 15 pound jug of raw honey, and I needed that honey because I'm like completely out, and we use honey as a preferred sweetener in this house, but honey was one of those things that didn't show up in this order because they just ran out. So until I can get my next order, hopefully the honey will be in that one, but if not, I'll just have to find a different source of honey, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you go to your local grocery store and you really need that thing and it's just not there. So that's just how it goes. But I do appreciate with Azure that you can add or delete items on your order up until the last minute, which is convenient, but because of that, sometimes your order might not have something that you needed or wanted. So anyways, I did order quite a few new things from Azure Standard this time. I've never ordered produce from Azure, and I've never ordered coffee from Azure. And I haven't ordered this salsa or Worcestershire sauce from Azure before. And a few seasoning things. So I'm kind of excited about those. I have broken into a couple of the items that we ordered already, as you'll see when I go and explain things. But so far, the things that I've gone into, I've loved, or they're things that I know we love because we've had it before. So the first thing that I'll tell you about is I tried the Azure Standard Private Reserve coffee, and I did already break into it. I have been pleasantly surprised by how good this coffee is. Azure, they always have high quality products, and I've always loved that you can get organic, healthier items that aren't as processed and all of that. at a better price at Azure, that's really, really great, because if I were to get all of this stuff organic at my grocery store, I wouldn't be able to afford it, to be honest. And I'm a little bit of a coffee snob. I wouldn't say a total coffee snob, but I do like good coffee. I have an espresso machine here at home, so that's really nice. And I was born and raised in the Seattle area, so coffee's a big deal to me. I like having good coffee, and I would rather drink good coffee or have nothing at all. But this Private Reserve Azure Market coffee is really good. In fact, it's a lot better than the local roaster that I've been getting at here in North Idaho. We normally get our coffee, or I should say I get my coffee because my husband doesn't drink coffee. I like to get my coffee from a local roaster up here in North Idaho, and they're pretty good, and I've always liked them, but this coffee from Azure is actually even better. I'm enjoying my second cup this morning, but I've got 2 little kids, so cheers. It's really good and really smooth. I got the medium roast coffee. Normally I get whole bean. I accidentally ordered the ground coffee this time, but it's really good, and I will definitely be ordering this again. So Azure Standard coffee. I did get a jar of mayo. Mayo is really easy to make at home, I know, and there's so many homesteaders that make it from scratch at home, and it's healthy and easy. We're not super mayo people. We don't really enjoy mayo in a lot of things, so I don't go through a lot of it. And when you make homemade mayo, it doesn't last as long in the fridge, so I decided to buy a jar of mayo, and this is the Chosen Foods Classic Avocado Oil Mayo, and this will last longer in the fridge than homemade mayo. So because we don't go through it often enough, I just got my jar of mayo. So don't judge me if you're a homemade mayo person. I get it. I agree. It's so easy, so cheap to make, so tasty at home, but we're not huge mayo people. So I got a jar of mayo. I also am trying the Worcestershire sauce from the Portland brand for the first time. My husband is a huge Worcestershire fan. He uses this like steak sauce on everything, and he refuses to eat my pot roast unless it has copious amounts of Worcestershire sauce on it. So he really loves it. So I got a 3-pack of this, which is great because I had bought a bottle of just plain old Worcestershire, not organic, at the store, and then promptly broke it as soon as we got home. Didn't get to use any of it. But what's nice about this is an organic brand, and it's actually cheaper than the regular non-organic brand that I would get at my grocery store. So that's convenient, and I'll have several bottles on the shelf, which will be good. We're also going to try this salsa for the first time. It is garden season, but up here in North Idaho, we have a very short season, and tomatoes don't always do great up here, so we don't have any ripening tomatoes or anything like that right now. It's the middle of July, so I don't have any home canned salsa or anything, but we do like salsa every now and again. So I got this organic medium salsa, got 3 jars of that. I did get a bunch of seasonings this time. A few of the seasonings that I ordered went out of stock, so I didn't get all of the ones that I had wanted, which that's okay. But we've tried all of these seasonings from Azure before, except for this vegetable herb and dip mix. I have not tried out any of the Azure standard like already blended seasoning mixes, but I saw this vegetable herb dip mix and it looked really good, and so I got it, and I assure you it is really good. So this is something that you could make your own like homemade ranch dip type thing, or what I did last night, I made a salad dressing, just like a quick vinaigrette with olive oil and vinegar and a little bit of this and like salt and pepper and all that, and it was really good. It was like a homemade Italian dressing type thing, so I'm really excited about this, and I think I'm gonna be trying out more of Azure's seasoning blends in the future, in future orders. I usually like to make my own seasoning blends, like my own Italian seasoning or taco seasoning. I do have videos on my channel of my taco seasoning, and I think Italian seasoning too. If not, I will get an Italian seasoning one out. But I am in the season of life where I can't do it all. And you know, I've got 2 little kids, and we have a full-blown homestead here, and lots of animals and lots of things to do, and sometimes some things just have to give. So I am excited about ordering some of the Azure standard pre-made seasoning blends. I know they have really good, really clean ingredients. I don't have to worry about all kinds of funky stuff like what you find in your normal conventional seasoning blends at the store. So I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. But this vegetable herb mix, I'm really excited about this. You know, I'm just thinking now, this would be really good on chicken too. It's got all sorts of good stuff in here. You know, it's got salt, onion, carrots, garlic, red and green bell peppers, tomato, thyme, celery, onion, orange, oregano. It's got all kinds of, it's really good, guys. It's really good. I would highly recommend this. I also stocked up on peppercorns. I have just a pepper grinder mill thing. And I ran out of peppercorn, so I just got the 4-color peppercorn mix. I haven't done the 4-color mix before, but it looks cool, so I got that. And I got garlic powder. This stuff is great. I've ordered this before and it's excellent, as well as the onion powder. I've ordered that before. I got a big bag of thyme. This might seem really obnoxious to get this much thyme, but I use this in all kinds of seasoning blends like I was talking about before, and we go through it. We go through all of this. And the other thing about when you get bulk herbs like this, especially from Azure, is you can make tea and stuff with it too. So that is awesome. I got thyme, and then I also got basil. So I'm gonna make some Italian seasoning blend. I did order oregano, but it didn't show up, so you know, that's okay. I'll get oregano from a different source. If you've watched any of my Azure hauls before, you know that every order we get this huge 5-pound block of cheese. This is their cheddar cheese. Normally I get the Azure brand, but they were out of that one, so I got the Rumiano brand, and this one's actually organic. So it was a little bit more expensive than the normal Azure one, but totally worth it. It's a raw cheddar cheese, so that is just really awesome. We're all about the raw milk and raw cheese when we can get it. So this is, yeah, we're really excited about this one. And we go through it fast. You know, we're just a family of 4, but a 5-pound block of cheese does not last long enough in my house, unfortunately. I ordered a big thing of frozen broccoli. I have not gotten this before from Azure, so I'm excited about this. We go through quite a bit of vegetables. Excuse me. So it's nice to have some frozen vegetables on hand, especially because it's too hot here in Idaho right now to grow broccoli, and I would have to have a ton of broccoli plants to be able to grow enough broccoli on our own property for what we go through. We go through a lot of broccoli. It's one of my kids' favorite vegetables, so I like that Azure has the organic frozen broccoli. It's way, way cheaper than the teeny tiny bags that we can get at our grocery store or even at Walmart. I haven't even found a good organic option at places like that. So it's awesome to get a big bag like this from Azure. We also stocked up on some pasta. I love this Jovial brand. Their einkorn pasta is really excellent. I really like their pasta. For pasta, we usually either order this Jovial einkorn pasta, or I'll get the tinquinata brown rice pasta. We're not gluten-free, but I just find that we tend to digest pasta better when it's this einkorn one or the brown rice pasta. So yeah, we really like these. I also ordered for the first time a 3-pack of this lettuce. It's organic romaine. As you can see, we already went through one for our salad last night. I could get this same brand at my grocery store, but it was a little bit cheaper to get it through Azure. So, and it's great quality. It's the same as, you know, what we would get at our grocery store, but a little bit cheaper. So any place I can pinch a penny, I will do. So I was really pleasantly surprised. I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous about ordering produce from Azure, knowing it's coming on a truck and, you know, all this other stuff, but this is excellent. So, and yeah, I will definitely be ordering produce from Azure again. So yeah, we got that. And then last but not least, I got a huge thing of onions. These are organic sweet onions, and it's 10 pounds. I am shocked by these onions. This time of year, I feel like at our grocery store, it's teeny tiny little onions. These onions are huge. I should open this bag. I don't know if you can see it properly. These onions are huge. These are bigger than what I am able to grow in my garden, and they're in excellent shape. So I am very pleasantly surprised by this. I will definitely be ordering onions from Azure again. These are the sweet ones, so these don't have a super long shelf life, or they don't have as long of a shelf life as like a regular yellow onion, for example, but that's okay. We go through a lot of onions. In fact, I go through about an onion a day. But this is perfect. And all of these onions are huge and great quality. So again, pleasantly surprised. I'm very excited to have all of that. Yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, there's 10 onions in there. So that's like, each onion's a pound. That's crazy. So, or thereabouts, I'm sure it's estimates. But yeah, so this is our Azure order. I highly recommend Azure if you have not ordered through Azure before. It is a great place to get organic, healthy produce. They also have stuff that's not produce. They have everything, or not just grocery stuff. They have things that is not grocery stuff. They have everything from like kitchen supplies, emergency preparedness, health and beauty, vitamins and supplements, all that stuff. Even like soaps and cleaners. We have lots of things that we love from Azure. And this is just a smaller order from Azure. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have not checked out Azure before, I will have a link in the description below where you can click on it and check out Azure Standard and see what they have. Check out a drop local to you. And yeah, until next time, welcome to the Homestead, and leave me a comment below and tell me what you love to order from Azure. I know everyone has their certain things that they love from Azure, and I love watching other people's videos and seeing what they love to order. So leave me a comment below and tell me what you like to order from Azure Standard. And until next time, welcome to the Homestead.